So I'm at a rest stop in Metropolis. That doesn't even sound real that I'm saying it. I'm at a rest stop in Metropolis, Illinois. But actually that would make sense to have Metropolis in Illinois because Superman, they call this like the home of Superman. But technically, like, he was, well, I guess his actual home is Krypton. But he was raised in Smallville, Kansas. So, but I guess, like, when I think of myself as an adult, like, when people ask me where my home is as an adult, I say California, and I've only been there the last 3 years, but that's where I'm registered, that's where I've been living my latest adult life, so I think of that as my home, so I guess it kind of makes sense. They're not saying the birthplace of Superman or the hometown of Superman, because his birthplace is Krypton, and his hometown is Smallville. So I guess arguably Metropolis is the home of Superman. It's where Clark becomes Superman. So yeah, I guess that's technically, do I sound like a nerd yet? Well, that was fun. That was awesome. I even got to throw up my drone, which you may have already seen on this video, depending how I edit it, up in the... Actually, I hope I was recording the whole time. Somebody advised that if you're going to throw a drone up, just hit record and leave it recording, and then just pull, like, your separate clips from that. But I did throw up my drone in the middle of the little square, and I think because it's such a tourist attraction and it was low populated, as long as I was paying attention to cars, making sure I wasn't crashing into anybody, and obviously filming the Superman stuff, nobody seemed to care. At least nobody bothered me. And everybody wants a drone, but putting a drone up in the air is an awkward thing. It's making this buzzing noise. It's flying around. Like, people are walking around with, like, their normal cell phone cameras, and then they're like... And they don't quite know how to react to it, to stay in the way, to get out of the way. I haven't gotten any questions about it, at least in this particular situation. And this is my first time flying it, not, like, at a rest stop where I could get like some highway shots or like the middle of a park somewhere. So it was interesting. I did fly it at the marina once because that was a really good angle to get like a Berkeley shot. But it was fun. And to me, it is hot, first of all. So I want to get my AC on, and it's going to sound horrible, and I'm just going to live with it. Can you tell that I'm sweating like crazy? Oh my gosh. Woo! I don't know how bad that sound is for you, but I need my air. I definitely need, oh wow, my air. But for me, this is what van life is about as opposed to RV life. Because, yeah, maybe an RV could have just casually pulled into a town like this and, you know, seen this little tourist attraction. But mostly, that's not something you do in RV life. Like, you have to have a specific, like, spot you're going to settle the RV. And the good thing is now you've just created local housing. So in that way, it is helpful. Because it's like, okay, you want to go to Florida. I don't know why I'm picking Florida. It's just a place I know a lot of people RV. And let's say you want to go to Florida. So you're taking a whole house into Florida. And then you're going to park that house in a specific place. But if you saw something like the Superman sign, more than likely you're not going to divert like your RV. You're still going to park in like an RV park. And then if you have like a towed or some other vehicle that you're towing, or if you have like a trailer pickup truck situation, you're going to note it. You're going to go park your RV, and then you're going to take your smaller vehicle into town. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody with a Class B or even a Class C would have felt as invited to just randomly jump off the road and go see what this whole Superman statue thing was about. But I feel like it's a lot harder because this vehicle that I'm in right now is sold as a vehicle to drive into cities, whereas RVs are not. That's not what they want, even the way they're designed. They want to like go to a spot and settle there and be your settled home for a while. They don't really like, you know, a massive get up and go, get up and go, get up and go. Like, they're not built for that. And that's what makes van living more attractive to me, because yeah, going out in nature and like being out in the wild country, like that is awesome. Like, if you can find a great campsite and you can be like off, you know, off grid or like whatever, yeah, that's amazing. And especially wonderful if you can work out your whole like situation, whatever it is. Like if you need to work online, so an internet connection is important to you. If you can sort those things out and be in the middle of nowhere, that's great. But what you also get with a van is very easy, smooth transitions back into cities or towns or anywhere. I'm never thinking, will I fit? Because this was designed to fit everywhere any conventional vehicle can go. Now, I do have a height concern because I have a cargo carrier on top of my van, and that adds some height. And so, like, I sort of gave up parking garages by making that decision, just like somebody in a tall van would. But as far as like length, I'm never concerned I'm not going to find a place to park this vehicle, no matter what the parking situation is. Now, there have been some times that it was uncomfortable to like back out or maneuver myself out of a space, but it's much more comfortable than it would be in a large RV, and it's much more comfortable than it would be in like any sort of trailer vehicle situation. Rather that's like a Class A with a toad behind it, or a, you know, pickup truck with a trailer behind it. Like, I never have those concerns. The second I see something that I want to divert to, I'm not worried about if I fit. I'm not worried about what the parking situation is going to be when I get there, because this kind of vehicle is a passenger vehicle. And so it's designed to be in those situations. It may be the biggest thing in that situation, but it's designed to fit. And RVs aren't designed that way. They're designed for people who desire to have a temporary home outside of the city. And so, like, I think that's why I'm really, really happy, like, being in a van. Like, this was great. This was sort of the stuff that van life is about. Just being able to, like, divert yourself at a moment's notice without much worry about it. Well, I need to keep moving. This was a fun distraction, but Baltimore awaits.